Hey guys, it's Donna, and I'm here today to share with you a wonderful gentle yoga hips class. All right, so roll out a mat or find some space, maybe move some furniture out of the way. You won't need very much space. You can do it in the hallway, you can do it in your kitchen. So, and the only thing you need is your body, okay? So bring yourself, find your mat. Coming into a comfortable seat, all right? And that could be a lot of different things to a lot of people, but I invite you to find what's comfortable for you, whether it's crisscross, such as this, or it might be one leg or another leg out, or if you'd rather, and it's more comfortable for you to put something underneath as you're lifted up a little bit, do that, okay? And just pausing here for a moment. Relaxing your hands, seeing if they'd like to rest down or palms up. Finding the breath, closing the eyes. And pause here to bring your attention inward, to notice how you're feeling. And I invite you to make a mudra. And to make this mudra, it's called Mukula Mudra, which is bird beak mudra. You bring all of your fingers together on top of your thumb. So it makes like a little bird beak. Okay? And then with your bird beak, you can do both hands, direct the tip of your bird beak on any place in your body that you feel needs a little extra attention or love. So wherever it is, and your hands can go to different places. They can go to the same place. They can rest there for as long as you'd like them to rest there. Breathing in and breathing out. Maybe if you'd like to find one more place, and then bring your hands back down to your lap. Taking a deep breath in and a full breath out. And as we move into some movement, I invite you to do it mindfully and compassionately. Listening to your body more than you listen to me. Inhale. And exhale. If you'd like to set an intention for this practice this day, please do so. A word or a phrase that inspires and uplifts. And then bringing your hands together at your heart. Lowering your head towards your hands in gratitude and humility. Allowing the eyes to flutter open. Releasing the hands. Nice. Take your legs, give them a shake. Awesome. Maybe you flex your toes and point your toes and flex and point. Flex and point. Fantastic. All right, coming back into that comfortable seat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale over to one side. Nice. Sweep it around the front all the way to the second side. Open up. And sweep it around. One last time, taking the hands around in front, opening up through the chest, relax the bottom shoulder. Beautiful, bringing the hands forward. Kind of ease in, rocking side to side a little bit. When you get as far as you're thinking you're going to come forward that day, and some people will come just a little bit and other people will come right to the ground. It's all good. Just letting your elbows soften, your shoulders soften, your head drape down. Big breath in, full breath out. Letting go. Come all the way up And take the inside leg, if you're sitting crisscross, take the inside leg to the outside. Okay, nice. This time, inhale up and we're gonna twist. Exhale, twisting. Inhale, reach. Exhale and twist. Inhale all the way up. Back to that first side. Inhale, reach into the sky. Exhale, twisting. Inhale, reach, and once again, bringing the hands forward. Just inviting a melting and easing in. Adjust your legs, your hips, your shoulders, and then let it go. Full breath in. Complete breath out. Nice. Using your hands to help bring yourself back up, and we're going to come onto all fours. All right. Finding all fours, move around a little bit, explore. Maybe move forward and back, side to side. You can move your hands and your knees, it's all good. Maybe stretch a leg and stretch another leg. Work out some of the kinks, the stiffness. Beautiful. And then coming into cat-cow, inhaling, looking up. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, looking up. Exhale and round. Couple more like that. Go at your pace with your breath. Trying to create movement in the spine, and especially thinking about your tailbone. Invite this movement to begin at the tailbone and then move all the way up, just like a slinky. And as you do that, you'll feel like you're articulating the spine, opening things up. Nice. Okay, when you're ready. All right, we're going to come all the way to standing. Okay. Do it slow. We're not in any big rush. Right? Don't need anybody passing out on us this morning. Maybe afternoon or evening when you're doing this, right? Finding Tadasana. So Tadasana is your mountain pose. And as you come into Tadasana, you'll want to kind of move around a bit. Some people like to keep their feet wider. Other people like to bring them closer together. You get to do what feels best for you, of course. So I like my feet right underneath my hips, so a little bit wider. And pressing into the ground. You want to think of your feet as X's, okay? X marks the spot, okay? So the mound of the big toe knuckle, right here, is going to press into the ground. And that, you're going to draw an imaginary line to the outside edge of the heel. Beautiful. Then the mound of the little toe knuckle, press that into the ground and connect that to the inside edge of the heel. And as you do those two X's, you're going to feel the energy coming up the outside of the hips and then the inside of the thighs. Connect from your core, bringing it in, sweeping that energy up along the inside of the spine and along the back of the body to the base of your skull. Feel the collarbones go wide. Reach your fingers down toward the ground while the crown lifts toward the sky. Inhale and exhale. Pausing here. If you want, feel free to close your eyes for a moment and reconnect with your intention. That's it. One more breath. Nice. And shifting your weight. Just shift your weight to one side. You can take your arms wide as we come into a balance here, coming into tree pose. So you can kickstand your ankle, your heel onto your ankle if you want, or maybe you come a little bit taller. Okay. Just keeping it low and easy, finding a balance point. Focusing on the ground helps. And if you feel like you're steady, maybe you bring your hands together or you take them up overhead. Okay. Together overhead. You choose what feels right for you. And every time you move your arms, you wake up your vestibular system in your inner ear as it has to work to balance you. And when your arms do the same thing, it helps to organize the brain. And when they do two different things, the brain has to get really creative and figure out what the heck you're doing. So it's a little bit of brain yoga, inner balance. And bring both feet to the ground. Whew. Okay, shake it up. Other side. Once again, it can be low. Okay? Or if you're feeling confident and steady, take it higher. Always go back low. Okay? Hands wherever it feels good. Okay? Wider is going to be easier. Narrow or overhead will be a little bit more of a challenge. And if you're feeling pretty good here, you want to take even more of a challenge, look up. Yeah, how fun is that? Awesome, bringing it all the way back down. Whew. Shake it out, shake it out. Well done. Okay, so we're working with external rotation there in our tree pose. Now we're going to come into some internal rotation with eagle. Okay, crossing the ankles. Okay, let's start with that. And then taking your hands out. Okay, turn the palms down and cross the wrists, okay, intertwining the fingers. Then roll your hands to your heart, coming into wisdom eagle pose. Okay. Turning the gaze downward, breathing. And if you'd like to explore, I invite you to close your eyes. And notice how your body wakes up once you take your visual field away. And all the wibbles and the wobbles. Taking a deep breath in and a full breath out. Opening the eyes, undoing the legs. Notice which leg was on top. Okay. Taking the arms out. Other hand's going to come underneath. Okay. You can find your heart again with that. And then you're going to switch the legs so the other leg is on top. Okay. So wisdom eagle, second side. Lower your gaze. Find a spot on the floor that you can focus your attention on. That's a drishti, or a focal point. Then if you are feeling you'd like to, close your eyes. Breathing in, breathing out, and in, and out. Allowing the eyes to open. Uncross the legs, undo the arms, shake it out. Lovely. All right. Stand at the front of your mat. Okay, stand tall, find that Tadasana again. Okay, feet, core, sweep it up, elevate to the sky, broad shoulders. Inhaling here, exhaling, step your right foot back. Okay? Doesn't need to be a big step. It can if you want it to be, but it doesn't need to be. All right. I like to bring my hands to my hips at this point, because I feel a little bit more balance there. And you want your feet like they're on railroad tracks, so they've got a good space. Okay? And let's straighten the legs and bend the knees. Okay? Straighten and bend. That's it. Good job. Just creating some heat. If you'd like, you can add some arms. Inhale, exhale. So we're working on some flexion in the left hip, okay, right here. And some extension on the right hip in the back. Creating some movement, some heat. Two more. One more. Beautiful. And then let's step that back foot back a little bit more and turn the heel. And as you turn the heel, hopefully your pelvis follows, okay? So your hips are off a little bit to the side. You're gonna take one hand in front, one hand behind. Okay? Press it into the ground, reach your fingers, all right? And expand into warrior two. Breathe. Beautiful, let's surf it out. Take it forward and back. That's it. Moving around. And then finding stillness. Stepping the feet together. Okay, second side. Inhale. Left foot. Step it back. Hands on hips, and let's try out those legs. See that they know how to straighten and bend both knees. That's it. Inhaling and exhaling. Okay. Beautiful. A few more times. Let's add some arms. Inhale, exhale. That's it. Feel free to exhale through your mouth. Nice way to detox. Creating a little bit of heat in those thighs. Mobility in the shoulders. That's it, you got it. Then take it up. Bring your hands down. Step a little bit longer maybe. Turn the heel, let the hips move with the heel. And that way we protect the knee. One hand in front, one hand behind. And you can choose how much of a bend you want in this knee. Maybe you bend it a little bit more. Maybe you bend it a little bit less. All right, and reaching forward and back. That's it. Gently surf it out. You can imagine Wipeout playing as an earworm in your head right here. Nice. One more. All right, stillness. Step it forward and together. Beautiful. Create a little bit of heat, some strength, stability into those hips. Beautiful. All right. So I invite you, we're going to get into breath of joy, which is Carol's favorite thing. So yay, Carol, this one's for you. So breath of joy is a really nice energy increaser, and also it's going to get rid of anxiety because you're going to be doing repetitive motion with your breath, okay? Breath of joy, it's kind of fun. Enjoy it, okay? So you inhale, 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 exhale, sweep it down. In, out, in, out. It's also called conductor's breath, and you can see why. Feel free to have a generous bend in your knees as you go forward. Keep going. And do 3 more. Last one. And you can stay down here if you'd like, or if you'd rather, you can come up. Maybe you place your hands on your forehead, feel the energy there, or you can place hands on your heart, feel the energy there. Pausing here. Nice. It's lovely to feel that heartbeat. Okay. Fantastic. All right. Making your way onto the ground. And if you were one of my students, we would now do the standing sitting test, but that's going to have to be an explanation for another day. Okay? So, the standing sitting test. Fantastic. All right, once again, shake your legs out. Great, so we've moved things around, we've created a little bit of heat. Now we're gonna get into some longer stretches. Leaving one leg out and hug the other knee in. Sit up nice and tall, okay? It kind of looks like this. Nice. Okay, we're gonna come forward. So you want the bent knee foot a little distance away from the other leg, okay? Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, coming forward. Now forward might just be a thought, or it might actually be, you know, a further thought. You can hang on to the front of your shin, or maybe work your arm in front of the shin. Okay, breathing here. Some of you who are bendy, okay, so if you can get your shoulder in front of your shin, then the joints will allow you to reach and bind behind your back. All right? And if that's not what's happening today, don't worry about it. It's all good. One more breath. Bringing it up. Cross this leg over. Okay, we're getting a little bit deeper into the hip here. Sit up tall. Beautiful. And we're going to twist over the lifted knee. Okay, so twisting it around and hug the leg in with the arm while you press the knee into the elbow or the palm. So finding that place of resistance between the two, bringing all the energy into the midline of the body. And you can turn your head wherever feels good. Might be forward, to the side, or backwards. One more breath. We're going to twist to the other side. So big breath in, sweep it around to the other side. And once again, find that connection between the lifted knee and the front arm and press one into the other. Beautiful. Bringing it back, undoing your legs, finding butterfly, so the soles of the feet together, or Baddha Konasana. Okay. Inhale here, and for this first one, we're going to see about coming forward with a nice flat back. Okay, so I'll show you this way. Inhale, and just come forward, hinging from the hips. Okay, trying to keep the back long, the chin slightly in. And you really feel this one in the inner thighs. Move forward as much as you'd like. Inhaling to lengthen up the spine. Exhaling to hinge. One more breath. Nice. Gently bring it up. Okay, and we're going to do that one-legged series on the second side. Okay, so bringing the other knee in. Sit up nice and tall. This is really good for your abdominals and some in your digestive system. Okay. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, come forward, think forward. Remember, there's a space for your foot, that it goes wide so that your torso can come forward. You hold onto the front of the shin, or you bring the arm in front. Okay. Soften and breathe. And again, if you feel like you can get the bind, go for the bind. Not important though. And breathe. Yoga is about how you feel and connecting the body to the breath, to the mind. Gently coming up, taking the leg across, hug it in, sit up tall. Okay, twisting over that lifted knee. Take it into a twist. You can hug it in or bring the hand to the outside. Finding that connection between arm and lifted knee. Seeing where it feels better to rest your gaze. it. We're going to twist all the way to the other side. Inhale here. Exhaling, twisting. Once again, find that connection between knee and arm. Breathe. One more breath. Nice. Undoing your legs, coming back into that butterfly pose, soles of the feet together. Okay. And this time, I'm going to invite you to round your spine as you come forward. So imagine there's a big ball here in front. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round over that ball. Inviting the forehead down toward the feet. And in this different version, you will find that it really stretches all along the spina erectile muscles, which go along the spine. Two more breaths. Inhale, coming up. Fabulous. And rolling onto all fours. Okay. As you arrive on all fours, I invite you to walk all the way to the end of your mat. Okay? This is one of my favorite activities for hips. Okay? You're going to crawl forward with a cross crawl. So a leg gets to go out and across. And the other one goes out and across. Okay? You're going to crawl to the front of your mat, ideally, till you run out of space. And then you're going to crawl backwards, doing the same thing. So you undo a leg and you cross it behind you. Okay? And I'm inviting you to do this twice. Okay? Forward and back twice. The second time I'll come towards you. That might make a little bit more sense if you're watching. So the leg goes out and crosses. See how that works? Fabulous. Okay, once you run out of space, then you're going to go backwards. Lovely. Okay, and find your way to the middle of your mat. From here, okay, it's easy to get into pigeon pose, okay, by simply sliding your back leg back. Okay? So we were in that cross crawl activity. And you simply slide that back leg back and you find your way into pigeon. Okay? Now, you might want to do pigeon this way, rocking the hips, face down. I know a lot of my students, they like to do pigeon, exact same pose on their backs. So if doing it forward doesn't feel good, do it this way. Okay? So it's the same pose. We've got some external rotation in one leg. Okay? And you can hold onto your shin if you'd like. You can use the supporting leg. You can bring it through. Some people call this thread the needle. Lots of versions here in this pigeon. And I like to rock and go explore that way. Finding all the good spots. One more breath. And then gently coming out of your pose. If you're on your stomach, you can step back to child's pose or down dog, or bring it around front. Okay? If you're here on your back, you're just going to do the other leg. Right. Bringing it up. Threading through if you'd like. Holding on. Lots of versions. Find yours. Relaxing in the throat and in the shoulders, no matter how your pose looks. Focusing on more how it feels. Turning your attention inward. Listening to your inner wisdom. One more deep breath. I invite you to sigh it out. That's it. Nice. All right, everybody making your way onto your back. As you arrive on your back, I invite you to hug those knees in. Rock a little bit side to side. So the knees might be together, they might be wide. Arriving, giving your low back a bit of a massage. You can go in circles here, in one direction, and circles in another direction. Fabulous. Okay. You can always take a nice, gentle, happy baby at this point. I like to hold on the back of my knees and just let my feet, drape down. That's a lovely, soft version, inviting the entire spine to be connected with the earth. Or maybe you invite your feet up toward the sky. If you'd rather hold on elsewhere, you can hang on to shins or to the feet, the big toes, or the outside of the feet, wherever works for you. And again, rocking that baby, keeping it happy. That's it. And then let's do a little bit of dabbing with our legs, straightening one leg and bending the other knee, and then the other side. Got a conveniently located wall here. So I'll show you what this looks like. All right, see how it's dabbing with the legs? And you've got lots of angles to play with. Right? You can do it straight up or way out to the side. Explore your hips. And wherever you're hanging on to is a good place, right? You're just inviting those legs towards straight. Fabulous. And maybe you come into a reclined butterfly. You can hold on to the ankles or the shins and invite the knees wide. Keep those collarbones nice and soft, broad, open. Beautiful. Hug them in. Nice. One last pose before Savasana, people. We're almost there. Okay. Coming into bridge. The soles of your feet on the ground, walking them in towards your hips. Your shoulders and upper arms firm into the earth. Hands can be down if you like. Okay. On an inhale, press the shoulders and feet into the ground, lift the hips, and exhale, lower. You don't need to go super high. Those first couple lifts, just ease into it. Open up the hip flexors, this front area of the body. And maybe you want to inhale and take your arms up overhead. Exhale, bring your hands down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Okay? That over the head movement is awesome because it helps to increase lymph flow through all the lymph nodes in the underarms. Increasing your resilience. Beautiful. If you'd like to lift and hold, feel free. You can have your hands overhead in that hold. You can bring your hands intertwined behind your back. You can make a itty bitty bridge. There's all kinds of options here. You do you. 2 more breaths. One more. And on the exhale, slowly lower. And pause and feel. If there is any last pose or stretch or something that your body is asking for, please do it now. And then we are going to come into Savasana. You can lay on your back, you can lay on your side, you can use a bolster under your knees, get comfortable, a pillow under your head. It's good stuff. Pausing for a moment. Taking the arms out as wide as you'd like so you can feel the breath moving through the ribs into the lungs. Taking a deep breath in. Sighing it out. Inhale. And exhale. Beginning to wiggle fingers and wiggle toes. Roll wrists and ankles. And in your own time, I invite you to roll onto your side. Either side will do. Pause there for a few breaths. And use your arms to come up to a seated position. And there you go. Gentle yoga for your hips. Thank you very much, you guys. It's been a pleasure. I hope you enjoy this. Share it with your loved ones. Namaste.